Well, the avocado trade has certainly defied the odds with COVID as the growth has kept going. 8.1 million tonnes were produced in 2020, that was a growth of about 12.5%. 3 million tonnes were traded in 2021, that's up 9.5% gross, or 2.5 million tonnes allowing for the re-exports mainly in Europe. Now that means it's around 37% of avocados traded globally. The avocado growth has been about 9.8% per year over the last 5 years, and that continued in 2021 to 3 million tonnes. The main exporters, Mexico was up 25%, Peru up 31%, while Chile was up 1% after a number of years of declining trade due to weather and logistics issues. To the trade flow map, and no surprise, the main volumes are moving from Mexico into the US and Canada, and also from South America mainly up to Europe, as well as from Kenya and South Africa into Europe as well. From Spain, there is certainly some domestic production as well as re-exports, and of course the Netherlands is a large re-exporter around Europe. Looking now to the trade into Asia, and of course most of the trade to Asia is coming from the Americas and also from Australia and New Zealand, with increased trade into Asia. The Asian volume is now about 5.9% or almost 6% of the total world trade, reaching 176,000 tonnes, which is still small compared to the larger players of North America and Europe that are importing around 1.2 million tonnes each, not allowing for re-exports there. But closer look at Asia, we see that China is up 31%, Hong Kong has doubled, a lot of that goes to China anyway, and South Korea is up 30%. And those markets have really increased since in the last 7 years. Japan was eased about 3% to 77,000 tonnes, avocados being in the Japan market for over 20 years. Looking at the markets in South and Southeast Asia, Singapore has had strong growth driven by Australia, as well as Malaysia has also had strong growth of 17% last year. Thailand is up 37% with new access from Peru now putting larger volumes into Thailand. And India is up 112% to 888 tonnes. Now that is still tiny compared to the size of India, but it's starting to move at a low level and moving quite rapidly. Now turning now to the per capita consumption, we see that in Asia the growing volume has been driven by a lot of the millennials sharing social media about the benefits of avocados and health-wise and pairing it with other foods. And that message is getting clear through Asia. The Hong Kong and Singapore markets with a higher expat population are used to avocados, and they're the highest per capita consumption, although the markets are small. Japan is 0.61 kilograms per year, is one of the highest of the larger markets, having had avocados for many years. And then we look at South Korea and Taiwan, Thailand, Malaysia. They've had very strong growth in their per capita consumption, but the figures are still quite small with a long way to grow. China is still very small, even with 36,000 tonnes and potentially up to 100,000 tonnes of local production, although those figures are still not really measurable at this stage. India has a very small local production, and consumption at 853 tonnes is very small. 50% growth per year over the last 5 years. We can expect to see a lot more growth in India over the coming years. Just a final comparison with those per capita consumptions with US, UK and Australia, which are much higher, underscores the potential for the growth of avocados in Asia.